guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to my bedroom. As you can tell, I have moved it around, and I just got out of the shower and just got baby girl to bed. Well, I got home, got baby girl to bed, got a shower, and realized I have not filmed at all this week. So I thought I would give you my last haul of 2022 real quick. I am doing all the books I got for my birthday, all the books that I ended up purchasing, which is really just honestly one book I purchased, and then library books that I checked out from the library. So without further ado, let's get into this because I have 16, 17 books in front of me. I do want to preface this with some of these I don't know the synopsis to because I didn't want to know, and then one of them I've already finished. So first of all, I've got a whole series that my better half got me. So earlier this year I finished the Invisible Life series by Elin Harris, so she bought me the next 3 in that series. This follows Basil and Yancey Braxton, and you meet Basil in the Invisible Life, and at the end of that series you find out that him and Yancey are engaged to be married. I have already finished Any Way the Wind Blows. I gave it 5 stars. Absolutely love this book. And I am currently reading Not a Day Goes By, and then once I finish Not a Day Goes By, I will be picking up Mama Dearest. But she got me these 3. If you don't know who Elin Harris is, he is a black male author who writes about black males, and from so far all of his characters are either gay or bisexual, so there's a lot of representation in these, and I absolutely love them. I love his writing style. They're easy, quick reads for me, and honestly usually pick up one and devour it. So next Jessica got me 4. So the first one we got together to buddy read was American Murder Houses, a coast-to-coast tour of the most notorious houses of homicide by Steve Leto. I honestly have an obsession with true crime recently. If you've never seen, I can't think of her name. She does 10 to Life. Annie Elise. If you've never seen her channel, I absolutely love her. I watch every video she posts as soon as it comes out, pretty much. And I read that tagline, a coast-to-coast tour of the most notorious houses of homicide, and had to have it. I showed Jessica. Jessica's just as obsessed, even more, with true crime than I am, and so we both had to have a copy. My next one, if you watched that vlog, my cute little girl picked out, and it happens to be a thriller that I'm actually excited to get into, and it is a part of a series, but they can be read as standalones. I did read to see, and she picked it out for me on my trip because Jessica said for my birthday we were going to do some shopping, and I had the chance to go into Half Price Books and get 3 books, or I could go to Barnes & Noble and get 1. Of course, the book dragon in me chose Half Price Books, and yeah, so I had gotten 2 that I was really interested in, and then the third I was like, I don't really see anything that I just have to add to my collection. I'm gonna let Ollie pick, and this is what she picked. That is Nothing to Lose by J.A. Jance. This is the first one that Sweet Baby Girl picked off the shelf. I do have to say, I wish I had left the sound on in those videos because she is like a kid in the candy store the whole time we're in the bookstore. She is super exciting, just having her moment in the bookstore. Definitely my girl. She's trying to get all the books off the shelf so she could read them all, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. But she picked this one out. I don't know much about it because it is a thriller. I like to go into my thrillers completely blank. The only thing I did look up was whether you could read it out of order or not, if I could read just this one, and I can. I do have the audiobook on Scribd, so I can get to it a little quicker. I'm excited to see what this is about, though, so we will see. Next was one I have been dying to read. I read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I absolutely loved it. And so I picked up Daisy Jones and the Six. I know that everyone I have ever seen talk about this book says to get the audiobook, that it's downright amazing, but I can't find the audiobook anywhere. It is blurbed by Reese Witherspoon, and it says beautifully layered and complex. Daisy and the band capture my heart, and they sure to capture yours too. I'm so excited. Like I said, I loved The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I almost picked it up as my second book, but I've been dying to read Daisy Jones, so I thought, why not? Then, lastly on that trip, I got Epic Celtic Myths and Tales. So I actually picked this up just because I love the cover. I am a little ways into it. I've started reading it. I've been looking for that. I just found that. Yay, I found what I've been looking for. I'm only 14 pages into it. Right now it's like my night book. You'll have to watch my vlog for this week to know what's been taking up all my attention from everything else. But I am currently reading this. I am enjoying it. I find it very educational. I am not writing notes in this at the moment, which is really hard for me. I have wrote a couple notes in the beginning, but I intend to let my better half read this after me. So I have not been writing as many notes, which makes me not want to get back to it. Plus the text is super, super dense on this, so it's just hard for me to read at the moment, but I am currently reading this. It's just taking me a minute. Then lastly, the book I ended up kind of buying myself, and really it's because my book of the month subscription renewed and I didn't realize it, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. R.F. Kuang also wrote The Poppy Wars, which I have on my shelf and I'm hoping to get to. Babel, I don't know much about it. I've heard a lot of great reviews for it, so now I have it in my hands and I can definitely get to it. As you all know, I love a Nicket hardback, and I just happen to love this one just as much. It is downright beautiful. So there's that. That's all I purchased. That's all I'm getting added to my shelves this month. Yeah, that's that. So lastly, I ended up getting 5 things from my local library. First, I got Taylor Jenkins Reid again, and it's Carrie Soto is Back. I don't know much about this. I picked this up because I really wanted to read everything Taylor Jenkins Reid puts out, and recently it just come out. My library just got it, so yeah, I'm excited to get into this. It does not. Okay, so it says, in a powerful novel about the cost of greatness, a legendary athlete attempts a comeback when the world considers her past her prime. So I don't know exactly what this is about. Like I said, I would read anything Miss Reid writes. So there's that one. Next, I had to have this one, and I will be physically reading it, and I probably will have it read before the end of the month, and that is The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the last one in the Inheritance series. So if you've never heard of this series, the first one is the Hawthorne Legacy, the Inheritance games. And the Inheritance games follows Avery. Avery's down on her luck. She's living in her car. Her dad passes away. No, her mother. Excuse me. So her mother passes away, and she's living off and on with her sister. Her sister has an abusive boyfriend, so that's why Avery, at the start of our story, is living in her car. And she gets called out of school one day, and come to find out she has inherited a $1 billion company from a man she's never met in Texas. And the only catch to this is that she has to move into his house and live there for a year. And there are stipulations on how long she can be away from the house and still be considered living there. It's just not like changing her address and, waiting a year. The only hiccup to all of that is that his freaking family is still living there too, and they hate her because they got nothing. Not to mention, he also has 4 grandsons who he has taught to solve puzzles their entire lives, and for them, their entire life was a puzzle, and they think Avery is a puzzle they have to figure out, and they think that she is her figuring out the puzzle she's his final puzzle to them, and she's just a pawn in this grand scheme. The second one is Hawthorne Legacy. Honestly, I think that one suffered from middle book syndrome so bad. There was a plot, but it was very loosely done in my opinion. So I'm really excited to see how she ties this all up. I love the Inheritance games. It was actually a Jessica bought it as a gift for me, and I loved it. So we'll see what I think of this one. Next, I got Fable by Adrienne Young. Honestly, guys, I just picked this up because I have seen so many people reading it. It says Traitor, Fighter, Survivor. And it has a ship in her eye. I don't know what this is about. I've just seen so many great things that I really wanted to pick it up, and I wanted to go into it completely blind. And see what I think. I didn't even listen to many of the reviews or the pictures for this book. I just have heard some of my favorite booktubers that I religiously watch their videos love this, so I thought I would give it a try. Next is one that's an oldie but a goodie. I think it come out in, let's look. I want to say it come out, maybe I'm wrong. Let's look. Oh, right, it came out in 2021. And I don't know much about it other than the tagline was, "The blood moon rises, the blood veil falls, the tournament begins." And that is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christina Lynn Harmon. So I have read Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody, and honestly, I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. Don't quote me on that. I read it a while ago. Your girls have finished 102 books this year, so don't quote me on that. But I gave it 4 stars. I remember there were a couple plot holes, glaring ones for my opinion, in that book. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this. I've heard so many people talk about it and love it that I'm super excited to read it. And I know that if I love it, there's a sequel. My library does have it as well. Lastly is one that I'm so stupidly excited for. It come out in 2013, and I'm so excited for it. And now that I think about it, I'm wondering if I may have read this one. But anyways, that is Dangerous Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. This is a spin-off of the Beautiful Creatures series, and if you know anything about me, if you've been at this channel for any amount of time, I absolutely love the Beautiful Creatures series. It is one of my all-time favorites. It's right up there with Miss Sarah J. Maas and Cassandra Clare because it's coming home nostalgia, and I'm Sarah J. Maas trash. So that is that level of series for me, and I happen to love Wrigley and sympathize with her a lot, and so I'm excited to see where she takes them. I did accidentally read some of the Goodreads reviews when I looked this up, and they were talking about how awful it was and how they wish they had never read this spinoff, and it makes me a little hesitant to pick it up, but on the same hand, I just want to go into it and make my own opinions, and I'm not looking for it to be anything serious. I'm not looking for it to be a masterful work or anything. I'm literally just looking to spend more time in the town of Gatlin with my characters that I have fallen in love with. That's all I want. And so that's what I'm going with this with. So that is everything that has come in my house that is book in the last month. Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to sit down and have this conversation with you guys, show you what I got, and yeah. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe. It means the world to me. I love making videos, and the more subscribers, the more likely I'll be able to keep doing them. But so I will see y'all in my next one.